So just to expand on that, because it's just popped into my head, the bench is misbehaving, you've had a conversation, you make the decision that it's not improving, I'm going to send the captain off, I'm going to give them, say, a green.
Yep.
Okay, it continues, you give the captain a yellow.
Yep.
It continues again, you'd have to red card the captain.
Yep.
And you wouldn't hesitate to do that.
No, not whatsoever.
So, and then I'm just thinking from our perspective, Sterling, we'd end up with a judicial hearing. Who's actually wearing that red card? Who's going to, the coach who's abusing? Or
I would hope that the umpire in the red card report would outline the reason why.
I'm just curious, if we're going to issue a suspension, does it become that captain or?
Going back on what I said on judicial for one, the coach was the actual one.
Yeah. Who was technically given that? What would your perspective be?
The captain was sent off, and the coach.
But it was the coach who was misbehaving.
So I know it's not within the rules, but if the coach is misbehaving that bad, I would have no hesitation. Sorry. Get out. Right? Well, not really.
No,
but
and you can't within the rules.
Not really. But get out.
Yep.
Right? If you don't, this game's over. We're finished.
Yeah.
Right? I'm abandoning this game unless you leave, because we are sick and tired of your behaviour. And I'd have the captain right beside me. It'd have to be really bad to get to that situation. Right? We've got to be smart about it. Go through, like, if you put the pressure on the captain, and you say to him, mate, your coach is not getting any better. You either go and tell your coach to leave, or you're going to be in big trouble. You can have that conversation, you know, like, yeah, it's not good when it happens like that.
If you're umpiring a team from your club, which happens quite often here because of our draw and stuff.
Me too.
How do you make sure that the other team knows that you're not being biased towards the team from your club?
Just send all your club people off and leave the others on. No, just joking. It's, you know what? It's normally the other way.
Yeah, okay.
People are normally harder in their own club than what they are on the other. You ask any people from your own club and they'll reckon you're harder on them than what they are on the other team.
A couple of weeks ago,
it's just human nature.
I was umpiring, a couple of weeks ago, I was umpiring my current club and a club that I played for a couple of years ago. And they had a shot inside their circle, hit a foot. I called a short corner because I wasn't sure what was going to happen next. It then went into the goal. I didn't reverse my decision. They played out the short corner, didn't score. And the other umpire, who plays on first grade and umpires first grade, said, oh, that's fine, you did the right thing. Then at the end of the game, that coach said, oh, you know, you're playing favourites, it should have been a goal. So how do can I avoid that situation happening?
Only if you don't blow the whistle. You've already blown it, you can't change it.
No, that's exactly right.
And all you say to that coach is, look, I'm sorry, I've blown it too early, but I did blow the penalty corner. I can't change it, but I can't give you a goal after I've already blown a penalty corner. I'm sorry, I can't change that. Right, I've got to wear that. I'm sorry. And if they can't accept that, you know, we're human beings. We're not robots. We're not here to be abused because we enjoy it. Anyone think? Well, do you enjoy being abused? Yeah, yeah, me too, really. But I like the challenge.
So when you give cards, I know now when we give a green card, the clock doesn't stop and it all happens very quickly. When we call time to give a yellow card, do you ever engage with the player and talk to them, tell them what they've done wrong? Not at your level?
No.
Down the grades, do you ever try and educate?
Oh, no, I haven't for a long time.
Okay.
The reason being, I think you've got to be careful. What happens if you've actually sent them off for the wrong thing?
Yeah.
Right. Teams, video games, and you've said, oh, I've sent you off. That was a really bad tackle. Next week they come back and say, oh, would you mind having a look at this video? He actually got the ball really clean. We just don't want to leave ourselves open. You know, you've made a judgment at a split-second decision, and if a person says, what was that for? Answer them. Yep. But just time out you. Most people know that they've done something, why they're getting a card.
So if you're at a tournament and the tech bench, and I'm speaking from a tech bench point of view here, and tech bench have written it on, and then at half time you come off and you have to write down on their piece of paper why you sent that person off. If you write down a different thing to what actually occurred, i.e. they then go and watch the video and whatnot, does that then go anywhere?
No, if you've sent them off, and you sent them off because of misconduct,
Yep.
right, and you write misconduct on the card, that's what you've sent them off for.
Okay, cool.
But you shouldn't write down if you're on the tech bench.
Oh no, but I'm just saying if the umpire then comes off, writes it down, but then there's video analysis done and what they've actually written down is different to what...
Well, that's up to them if they want to appeal it, and then you won't even be involved because it'll go to the Judiciary Committee and it won't. I wouldn't worry too much about it.
AHL in Western Australia, and Murray's two players come together, player down, player treated, and he sent the player off. The player off. We had one of the Asia players, we said, hang on, the wrong player going off. He told he took the player down. And it wasn't him who took it, someone else took his player down. He mixed up in the moment. We couldn't do anything. We showed him the video. He said, yeah, fair enough, I took the wrong bloke off it.
Yeah. That's why the video umpire is good as well, especially at the top level, because we can talk to them, and same as the reserve. Like, how many times do you see, there's a really bad tackle, and you haven't clearly got that number? Like, between us, you make sure you get the number. That's the key to it, getting the right person. But we've had international matches where, I've straight away, I could tell that they've already blown time out and they're looking, and I'll just go 26. And you've got to be smart about it,
Reserve umpires I find are very, very good at getting numbers. Like, they're quite useful when you're tech benching for, who scored the goal or whatever, because they're always looking like quite handy.
I've seen umpires get the wrong person. It happens. When it becomes congested and some person or players, they know they're in trouble and they'll do a bit of a runner and try and hide.
Rather than sub themselves.
Yeah, try and run for the tech bench.
Yeah, no, first we just took the whole player was down, everyone stopped to help him, and we went to run, and then all of a sudden, hang on, let's put someone off. We say, wrong person.
Yeah, they run for the sideline. Had a guy in Malaysia, ran straight to the bench. And I watched him the whole time. I knew where he headed. And I just went straight to the tech bench. Where is he? And he's hiding in the corner. You, out of here. Get out of here. But there's too many people around to go on. But there's lots of little bits and pieces. It's not an easy job. It's not an easy job. And it doesn't matter what sport. Officials, you have a look at all the officials. Like, I remember they were doing drug testing once at one of our tournaments, and we actually asked them were they going to test us, and they said, no, you can take what you like. Everyone wants to see officials improve. So it's quite a good answer, actually. Yeah, I cracked that. Was quite good. No, you can take whatever you like. All right, anything else? Come on, you two boys. Nothing?
No.
You've watched them a bit, is there anything?
What?
You've watched these two a bit, haven't you? Is there anything
No,
going pretty good?
This is a friend.
Not really.
Okay.
I've only ever seen Green Umpire a couple of times.
Communication between the two umpires.
Is very important.
Yeah, and that's a thing that, because I'm involved in the Joey mentoring program.
Yep.
So one of the things we try and sort of teach them is to look at your other umpire and to sort of, if you're not sure, look at them and encourage that other person to also be still engaged, even though it's not necessarily their circle ball.
Yeah. So the thing is, if you make a decision and there's a bit of commotion, right, the first thing I would suggest you do is look at your co-umpire. Right, and if they can't help you, well, you've got to stick with what you've got. But if there is a commotion and you look at your other umpire and they're sort of trying to signal something, the first thing you do is just time out. Go and meet. If they can't help you, you can't do anything about it. But the thing is, if they can help you, right, and you're going to change a decision, bring the captains in, or just let them know that, sorry, I got that wrong, we're changing that decision. But make them aware of it, especially in that situation. Like sometimes we'll change it because we go, oh shit, we've pointed the wrong way. Sorry, we're going this way. But when you've got teams, there's a bit of confrontation, you two meet. I personally, if you're going to turn it over, not at top level, I'm talking about at our local hockey, you just grab the guys and go, look, I've got that wrong, this happened. They'll go, yeah, okay, no worries, and away we go. And they actually are quite happy that you've gone through that process. You've used all the tools you've got. All there is you two, and normally 30 or 40 people in the crowd trying to help you out, sometimes more. But it's not in your best interest to listen to them, even though they're always right. But never seen the crowd make a bad decision yet, have you? They're always pretty good umpires. But you've just got to be smart about it. Like, there's only two of us, that's all the tools we've got. So if there is a situation where, it blows up a bit, you've got to meet. And then you've just got to sell that decision then, that you've made. Because...
Who instigates that though? I mean, a couple of times we've seen decisions where the players have sort of gone in one direction because they think it's a decision.
Yep.
The umpires are giving the free hit to the other one.
Yeah.
Does the other umpire sort of say, hang on, that was your decision was wrong, or is it
That's where the other umpire needs to keep watching this umpire, and it's up to this umpire to man up and say, oh, hang on a minute, maybe I have got this wrong. It's under their nose, right?
Right.
I don't know what that umpire's blamed that decision for. I'm only assuming that he's got it wrong, right? Because he signalled that way. Well, I didn't see it that way.
Yeah.
But I don't know what he's blamed the decision for. So unless then he wants to go, oh, hang on a minute, I've maybe stuffed this up, and then he wants to blow time out, then we meet. But if it's right under someone's nose, they've got to take it on the chin, and that's just part of life. Because the game would look really ugly if we kept doing that all the time. Wouldn't look real pretty. Yeah. You allowed to speak, or come on? You don't have to. I'm only joking.
He talks too much.
He's always very quiet. I know. Yep. All good? You haven't got any more?
I probably do, but I have to go and do an assessment, so. Now, I want to ask you tomorrow, you run tomorrow, we're doing it again tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I just want to talk to you about the umpire-manager relationship. I'll do that tomorrow. So
Yep.
I'm going to do an assessment.
I think happy for people to come to you throughout the day.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So guys, Dave will be sitting up here in the grandstand somewhere. If you have any questions throughout the day, if you're still around, if you're watching any of the men's games, except obviously for the 2 o'clock game, then he's umpiring.
Yeah.
So
And if
don't
I'm
be
not
shy,
sitting
feel
up
free
here,
to
I'll be
come up and
wandering
ask some
around the
questions.
field. I like sort of wandering around and have a bit of a look. So,
I'll get it to you.
yeah. All right. Thank you.